Hey guys, David here, and today we're going to be talking about a gimbal for the Sony ZV1. Wow, this thing. The Zhiyun Crane M2. I'm going to show you the basics of how to set it up and balance it, but before that, why do you care? What can you do with it? Check out this test footage. So before we start, we need to make sure we have all the correct parts. The gimbal itself, the tripod extension legs, the black 1/4 inch screw, the quick release mounting plate, and of course the Sony ZV1 itself. Step 1. Screw in the tripod extension legs to the bottom of the gimbal. This will allow us to stand up the gimbal, which will make balancing it easier. Step 2. Attach the quick release plate to the Sony ZV1 using the 1/4 inch screw. The plate has a smaller hole and a larger hole. The smaller hole is for compact cameras like the Sony ZV1. The larger hole is for small mirrorless cameras, so we'll be using the smaller one. Okay, so we have the legs on our gimbal and it's standing up, and we've got our quick release plate attached to our ZV1. Next, we're going to fix the camera to the gimbal using the quick release plate. There is a space on the gimbal which matches the quick release plate. You can see the shapes of the two of them. So we're going to match up those two shapes. We loosen this control on the bottom of the part which has the quick release plate space. And when we go to add in the plate, we're just going to press this silver bolt in. The plate will slide straight in. Once the camera is fixed in the right position, we can then tighten this control again. And then your camera's going nowhere. Now we have the camera attached, there are 3 axes that we need to balance. We have a different control for each one. So we have the red fixture, and we can push backwards and forwards in this direction once that's loosened. We have a black fixture with a little bronze accent next to it, and that one can push up and down when it's loosened. And we have a final fixture here which is just black, nearest to the handle, and when that is loosened we can go back and forth on that axis, closer or further relative to the gimbal. First we want to balance the red and the black and bronze fixtures. We want to reach a point where the camera isn't tilting left or right by balancing the red fixture. And then we want to lie the camera on its back with the lens facing upwards towards the ceiling and adjust the black and bronze fixture until the camera will rest facing upwards. We're going to keep making small adjustments to the red fixture, pushing backwards and forwards and pushing upwards and downwards on the black and bronze fixture until we can leave the camera and it will balance facing up towards the ceiling and without moving at all left or right. At that point, most of our work is done. Just before we move on, if this is helpful, then please like the video, drop me a comment if you've got any questions, And if you like content like this around the Sony ZV1, videography, photography, music creation, tech, then please subscribe for videos on all that good stuff. The last part to balance the gimbal is to hold the gimbal out so the handle is parallel to the ground. And we then want to adjust our last axis, the one with this black fixture closest to the handle, by pulling that closer or further away from the gimbal until it balances with the motor also parallel to the ground. If this is new to you, then like anything, it might take a little bit of practice just to get used to it, but it's not super complicated once you've done it once or twice. The key thing that outfoxed me, I didn't realize I needed to balance the gimbal so the camera was pointing upwards. So that's the number one beginner tip that I didn't get initially. Once you have your camera balanced, you can power on the gimbal by holding up the power button right here, and then you are ready to go and get some awesome smooth shots. If that helped you, then please help me by subscribing and dropping a like on the video. That's all for today. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, take it easy.